How to build a super efficient, super cheap and fully AFK-able raid farm. This raid farm will give you a ton of amazing resources. Okay guys, so to get started on this farm, all you need to do is find a pillager outpost just like this one. Simply get started, head on to the top right here, and what we need to do is to find out the spawn point of the pillagers to find out how we're going to build this farm. So basically what you need to do is simply to just start placing glass planes in the middle, in the middle right here. Just fill in this area with glass panes. You will also need to cover up the staircase right here and destroy this chest that has some items in it. Of course this is not necessary, but you should do it. Then just continue filling up this middle area with glass planes. Now we are doing this because the common pillager spawn point will be in the middle on the top platform right here, someone in the middle. So now we will have to find out where it is. Okay guys, so to find out where the pillagers spawn, you will simply need to go roughly 30 blocks away from the kind of pillager tower and then just wait, and some pillagers will start to spawn in this little platform and here and there. So let's just wait for the pillagers to spawn. Okay guys, as you see, a pillager has just spawned. I also quickly want to mention that for you the pillager might spawn in one of the other holes. It's usually different, so after you have gotten a pillager in one of these holes, or basically after one have spawned, you can open your map and, well, a locator map, and you need to make sure that you are facing north, which if you don't know is up towards the map. So your little character on the map should be facing upwards. So now we basically need to destroy the bottom fourth block that the pillager is standing on, so we can place out a kind of memorable block. So to do that you need to make sure that you are facing north, and from north you need to look back and to the right, and basically we need to destroy the block that's in this corner on the pillager. So you can start breaking your glass around the pillager until you just have 4 blocks or 4 glass around him. You need to make sure you don't accidentally free him, because that would suck a little, even though you can just fix him again. Okay guys, I just break all the glass, and basically when you're facing north you need to destroy the block that's on the bottom right side, or basically southeast of the pillager, just like this. So after I've done this you can destroy the 4 blocks that's right next to him, just like this. So then what you need to do is build a little glass chamber going all around this little area. Simply just place glass on these kind of blocks. Make sure you build this around 2 to 3 high. I would recommend building it 3 high, just no pillagers accidentally glitch out, just like this. What you can also do now is quickly destroy all the glass. Just punch this pillager away if there's still one in there, then cover this up with glass, and on the second glass or second block that is above your kind of memorable block, place a glass right there. So whenever any pillagers will spawn on this, which if you don't know, this is the spawn point, which is why we colored it so we can remember it. So basically whenever a pillager spawns on top of here, they will be pushed out because of this glass block. So after we have done this, we need to cover in this area around. So basically just fill in all this with kind of blocks, because we need to make sure this area is dark. If you don't know why we're making sure this area is dark, it is because pillagers can only spawn in a dark area or basically at nighttime. So we need to make sure that this is spawn proof for pillagers. So just build in all this like this. I also quickly want to mention that on the other blocks on the outside of the glass, just place a slab, trapdoor or a button, any kind of block that will prevent any other mobs from spawning, or basically just make sure that no mobs can spawn. Do the same in these 2 corners. I also want to mention that if you end up having the glass on the outside kind of here, so you can't build blocks, on this row, simply just build the blocks on the outside. It really doesn't matter as long as you have the blocks here and can make sure that it's fully dark inside here. So just covered in all this with blocks. Now the little room inside there should be all covered in. Anyways guys, now we will be building our first trident killer. This trident killer will be the trident killer that will make sure we can get the pillager effect, which will then start a raid. So make sure you have these 4 blocks. You can actually destroy the 4 blocks that are in the middle right here, and place hoppers. I'm quickly going to place some temporary blocks right there with a a chest, just so all the resources we can get will land in that chest. I also want to mention that it's not important to have a chest right here, because all the items or pillagers that will die right here, there will only be a few, and the pillagers that will spawn right here are only maybe 5-10 every raid, so it doesn't really matter to have a big chest system right here. Just follow my lead. So after I've done this, you can place a piston right here, then with the redstone torch to the right of the piston, going out from the piston, place an observer right here, place a piston looking into here, redstone torch, observer facing outwards with the little eye into the next piston, redstone torch, observer, piston, redstone torch, observer. Boom, there we go. So to make sure this is all right, you can place a lever on top of the first piston. Activate it once, this should go around once. If you kind of unactivate it again, this should go around in a circle like this, which means it's correct. So just unactivate that just now. Then throw a trident at one of the pistons, just like that. Then you need to block in this little area. Of course, you're not going to be down here, so it's not important to have glass or anything, but I like to have glass so I can see into the little room. But anyways, now we're pretty much done for here. Okay guys, now to make sure that this all works, you can pretty much stand anywhere around the top platform and then just fly about, or run about 30 blocks away from the actual kind of farm or pillager outpost, and then just wait a few seconds, or maybe 30 seconds or half a minute, or even up to a minute, and you should see some pillagers spawn inside the little room pretty soon. So now it's been just about half a minute, and if we run inside there, yes, we have one of these pillagers inside there. Now we know that this farm is pretty much good to go. Okay guys, so the next step we will be doing right now is definitely not that important, but I would still recommend doing it just in case. So basically what we are going to do is place leaves all on top of the pillager roof, along with on the platform right under. We will do this to make sure that no pillagers accidentally spawn on this roof, especially during the raid, which normally won't happen. Okay guys, after I place the leaves right here, you can destroy all the fences, normal fences down here, because pillagers during the raid can actually spawn on fences too. Just make sure you destroy all the normal fences right here, and boom, after all the fences are gone, you can cover in this floor of basically what's, you know, a normal block the pillagers can spawn on, or mobs in general. Just fill that in with leaves. Okay guys, now we're going to get started on kind of the AFK tower along with the killing chamber tower. So how to do that is that you need to find the kind of Y level that your pillagers spawn on. So basically you need to head down to this level and destroy one of the leaves, and when you're standing on kind of this block, or the same block that, you know, the pillagers are kind of spawning on, you need to count up 26 blocks. So right now I'm on Y level 91, which means that if I'm going to build up 26 blocks, I'm going to be at Y level 117. So simply head up here to the roof, just about in the middle, and then just build up to the Y level you discovered. So I'm going to build up to Y level 117 because that's 26 blocks above my spawn level. Of course, if you are on Y level 80, 50, 120, you will just need to build up just 26 blocks. That is not 26 blocks right here, but that's 26 blocks up from here. So you need to count, or from, you know, the kind of spawn platform. So you need to make sure that you count 26 blocks up from here. So basically what we're going to do now is build a 3x3 platform with a little extra space. Now if you don't know, we're going to be using this platform to stand the AFK in mostly. This is because you can maximally be this amount of space away from a dying pillager or omen to get the bad omen effect, which is how a raid is started. Okay guys, after you build this little platform, also you need to make sure you don't build anything else on it, but after you build this platform we need to go 50 blocks more upwards. Okay guys, I quickly want to mention a thing. I made a mistake while recording this. So basically from this platform you are not supposed to go 50 of scaffolding upwards from that, but basically you need to go 50 blocks upwards from this original spawning point, which for me was 91 blocks. So after you go the 26 blocks up, you need to basically just go 24 more up. So 24 more up from this platform. I really apologize about that. That was a big mistake I made, which is why if my Y level looks a little bit too high towards the end of the video, that is the reason why. But in my real world I only made it 50 high, and if you build this wrongly, as in too many blocks here, your farm will not work while standing down here. As you see, another raid is not starting, but if you build this correctly while you're standing here, you should get new bad omen effect and a new raid should start. Again, I really apologize about this, but yeah, anyways, let's continue. So now we can make a 3x3 platform up here, just simply so you have some space to stand on the wall. Okay guys, now we will need to build kind of the dropper system that will drop all the items down to a storage system. So basically what we will need to do is go one more down. So basically just destroy this scaffolding, place a temporary scaffolding right here, go one more out, and then go 4 blocks north. If you don't know where north is, just open a map and then look straight upwards. So basically have your character looking straight upwards. So right now I'm north, now I'm east, south and west. So basically just look north and go 4 blocks going upwards with scaffolding outwards. I mean, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you will need to go 1 more block out from here, and then 3 more using a solid block. So then head to the tip of this and place a dropper. After you've done this, you can head back here, destroy these blocks, and then simply head back up here and place a hopper from this kind of, or going into this hopper, 1 going back, then 1 hopper going into the newest one, 1 more going out from that, and then 2 going into this. The next step you can do is simply just build some blocks all around the hopper thing, just so we can stand here safely in that. And then what we will need to do is stand on the corner right here and place a stone stair, or sorry, any kind of stair in this exact way. So basically the stair needs to be facing this way. The reason for this is because the items will fall out of the dropper, they will be sent straight down and then can be picked up in an item system. If you don't have this stair, the items we'll get from this farm will be sent absolutely everywhere, which we of course don't want. Okay guys, now we want to build a little thing that will be dispensing out all the items we will get in this farm. So simply just place 2 blocks right here. Under this block right here, place a temporary block right here. You can destroy that block after you have placed a second block. Then just build this a little bit out, so this should be 4 blocks in total. Place 3 blocks right here and then a block in this corner. After you've done this, you can place a redstone comparator going out from the block that's right next to the dispenser. Drop RAM in, and then place a redstone repeater right here with 4 redstone dust on this line. This means that anytime we place any kind of block inside these hoppers, they will be sent into this dropper, which will then dispense the items into this stair, and they will basically fall straight down. I will explain why we are doing this more later, but yeah, so after you've done this, you can then place a row of blocks all around this kind of 4x4 thing in right here, just like this. And now we will need to get 4 hopper minecarts inside there. So the way you can do that is to place a railing right here with the hopper minecart. You can also push that hopper minecart off. Do the same in basically this corner. Just place hopper minecart, push that off. But now it will be a little hard because we will still need 2 hopper minecarts, so simply place another railing in that corner, and then just 2 minecarts just like this. After you've done this, you can build this one more up and also cover the hopper minecarts. Now to quickly show you, if we drop an item into here, I will also quickly destroy one of these redstones, but if we drop an item onto these blocks, they will be put in or basically sent into this dropper just like that. So now what we need to do is build our second trident killer, or basically the trident killer that will actually be used in this farm, that will give us all the resources. So what you will do is place a piston right here with the redstone torch right here, observer going out, piston, redstone torch, observer going out, piston. You can also place a piston just there, but just make sure you do all this correctly. Boom, so boom. Okay guys, if you flick this lever once, this should go around once, and then if you flick it off again, this should kind of all start spinning. Okay guys, so what we will quickly do is place 2 tall glass right here. Do the same with blocks going all around here. You will also need to do this in the corners, just like this. We will also do something special in the corners with the redstone torches afterwards, but I'll show that in a minute. So after you've done this, you want to go even 2 more blocks up. So just make sure that this is kind of 4 blocks right here. You can also place 4 blocks of glass just like this. So what you will need to do now is to make sure that the Ravagers will actually get killed. Now the Ravagers are pretty big and they can somewhat glitch out of the walls. Not glitch out of the walls, but kind of glitch through. So we want to make sure that the Ravagers die off the suffocation in case they get down here. But we will have a row of lava at the top which will kill the Ravager. So to do this, quickly place a block, temporary block right here. Above this temporary block right next to the trident killer, place a block, destroy the temporary block. Then just build a row of blocks kind of going all around this farm until you reach this redstone torch. So basically what you can do now is build this all the way up to kind of the same level as the rest of the killing chamber, if that makes sense. So after you've done this, you should have something looking like this. So what you can do with the rest of this extension on the outside is just cover this in with leaves, just to make sure that no mobs can spawn on them. What you can also do is just quickly build this around here. Place some leaves on top. This is just to make sure that no kind of pillagers will get stuck or glitch through the walls, because while this piston thing is on, if there is too many pillagers or kind of raid victims or whatever inside here, there is a rare chance that a pillager could get accidentally pushed into this wall and sent out. Usually they will suffocate in this wall, but just to make sure that no pillagers get out, you will just build 3 blocks high around here, along with leaves of course, to make sure that no pillagers spawns on top of this block. Okay guys, I also quickly want to mention that you can quickly place a redstone dust back onto here. Now what we also need to do is cover in all this with leaves, just to make sure that no Ravagers I mean general raiders get stuck. Okay guys, so what we need to do now is to make sure that this kind of killing chamber is 15 blocks tall. So basically we already have 5 blocks right here with the trident killer, so from here just go 10 more blocks up. So quickly to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then count 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So then just build 15 blocks up here. To quickly explain this better, basically what you need to do on top of this wall is to build 10 blocks more going upwards to make sure that this whole kind of tunnel thing is 15 blocks. Okay guys, after we have done this, we need to build the platform that the Ravagers and pillagers will spawn on during the raid. So basically what you need to do is look at this farm from an angle and know that we're basically going to build kind of the platform going out here in a square just like this. So from this block go 7 blocks going out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then head over here and build 7 blocks out, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you can fill in all of this and just make this into a platform. Okay guys, after we've done this, you can build a one high kind of a wall of, well, row of walls just on this side, but make sure you leave these two sides empty. Okay guys, and then on the empty areas right here, just place stairs going out all the way until you have the 2 blocks in the corner. So just place a corner block right here, you should have 1 empty space right here. Do the same on this side, just like this. Then you can place blocks right here, another block in the corner and 2 stairs next to that block. Then you can build this wall just 1 higher quickly, just like this. Then the next step will be to build this wall 6 higher. So in total you will have a 8 block tall wall. So basically you have 2 blocks right here, but just go 6 more up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then just build this 6 higher. So basically what we need to do now is just build a thing that will kind of help kill off the Ravagers, because they are kind of an annoying thing to have down here. Along with that, they could get stuck. So anyways count 3 blocks above the kind of platform right here. So 1, 2, 3. Head into the corner and then build 4 signs, place 4 signs going outward. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Next to these signs, place 3 going out. So 1, 2, 3. Then place 2 here, and then 1 more right here. Then you can place a lava source in the corner, and the lava should flow out just until the signs, and the lava should not fly outside the signs. Then what you can do is build an infinity water source, which I would recommend because we're going to use a lot of water to waterlock all the stairs. So what you can do now is simply waterlock all the stairs. Again, I would recommend building an infinity water source, you don't need to, but just make sure you waterlock every staircase. And now as you see, all the water should be flowing towards the middle. So after you place the water, you can head back up here and just make a little row of leaves on top of here. We are doing this to make sure that no mobs will spawn up here during the raids. Okay guys, so quickly what you can do before you are done with this little tunnel is place a trident right here. I also want to mention, if you have, for example, looting 3 on the trident, you will get more resources. I definitely would recommend doing that, because if you have looting 3 on the trident, you will be able to get up to 1,500 emeralds an hour, which is a pretty good farm. The next and I believe last step beside building the storage room to this is to simply build a place we can have a villager, because if you don't know, without a villager without the villager, raids won't start. So basically what you need to do is head up to the top right here, so you kind of can see right before this floor end. Count 2 blocks going down, so 1, 2. Then you can place on the 3rd block 2 leaves right here. Then go 3 blocks down, so 1, 2, 3. Place 2 normal blocks on the bottom, place a bed right there. After doing that, you can destroy the blocks and just fill this in with 8 leaves, like this. Then you can just kind of cover this in with leaves. Also place a torch inside there just to make sure that nothing bad happens, just like this. Then what you need to do is get a villager up here. Now we are really high up, so this can be annoying. This can be an annoying step, but what I would recommend is either using a railroad system, which can honestly just take 5 to 10 minutes to make, or use a water stream, or simply these scaffolding. But anyways, get a villager up here. And I also want to mention now, you need to get the villager up here and then just wait for night, but nighttime is almost here. So yeah, the villager has so chosen the bed, and as nighttime is hitting, while the villager is going to sleep, what you can quickly do is just fill in this area with leaves to make sure that the villager is all inside this little room. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to say, you need to place 2 leaves on the bottom to make sure that no mobs can spawn inside this little room. But yeah, now you should pretty much be all good. Okay guys, so the last step for this farm is to build a little place where the blocks will be launched down to, so basically a place where the blocks will be collected, if that makes sense. So what we can do is simply just throw some blocks into this hopper, and because of this little redstone system, the blocks will be sent out, and they will always be sent straight down. So what you can do is simply jump down to where you see the blocks, and which is on this block. So what we can do is simply break this block, head onto the ground. One next to the ground you can place some double chests. I'm also going to mention that I'm quickly just going to make a basic storage system, just with some chests right here, then place hoppers going into the chest. But if you want to make an automatic system that will also sort out items, I would definitely recommend you do that, because this system will give you a lot of blocks. I'm also quickly going to remove the blocks from this hopper. Okay, they're out. Okay guys, I quickly want to mention that this is just a small system, but I would recommend you make this a lot bigger, because you can fill up one double chest in honestly super quickly, because this farm will give you a lot of stuff like totems, emeralds, but also worst things like iron armor and iron tools, which can easily fill up chests pretty quickly. Along with those resources I just mentioned, you will also get a ton of totems of undying, along with saddles from the kind of big guys, along with arrows and also a few other resources. You can also get some pretty good books, like mending books. So I would definitely recommend having a pretty big system for this, just make sure you don't lose any items. So anyways guys, now the farm is pretty much done. All you need to do is head up here and activate this. I also want to mention that I don't believe XP despawns, so after I've been standing AFK for let's say 4 hours or even just half an hour, you can turn off this farm, turn off the thing down here, head up here and collect the XP. But anyways, right now after you've turned this on, just make quickly sure that all your blocks is kind of covered in leaves, or basically on top, just make sure that nothing can spawn. Okay, we are all good. So the villager is good in here. So basically what you need to do now is just to head down into this little not killing chamber, but basically into this little room where you can turn on this thing. So what you need to do is now turn this on, head up to your AFK platform, and then a raid will start soon, which you will notice on your screen, and I will show you that when that happens. Okay guys, so as you just see, I got the raid effect, so let's head back up here. We can also place 2 things right here. But as you will now see, the raid animals or whatever it's called will spawn now and they will fall into this room. Yeah, as you see, they are pretty good. 2 mobs remaining, they are falling down, they're spawning in the water on top. Boom, now the first raid is done and the second raid is spawning. As you also will see, I'm not sure if you can see it, but all the items in here items you will get will be sent down to the storage system, and I'll show those in a minute. Okay guys, so the raids are continuing. I also want to quickly mention this farm is actually supposed to be on a Y level 142 or something like that. So I made a big mistake, which is honestly a pretty big mistake. Now I will include this in the beginning, but basically you need to go 50 blocks up. I can fly a little down, but 50 blocks up from the original kind of Y level that spawn point is. So when you build up 26 blocks to here, you need to go down and count 50 blocks plus with the original point, which for me I believe was 91. I really apologize about this. I will include this in the beginning though, so anyways, I hope this wasn't too annoying, and if you focused on my video, I will say a few things wrong because of the Y level thing. But yeah, you need to build it slower down, because if you build this high up, while you're standing on this platform, the rating will disappear, and you will not be able to get any bad omen effect, which I apologize, but I have built this farm quite a few times before in my world. As you see, the first raid just ended and I won, but basically if you stand on this platform, a new raid will start pretty much instantly, or in about 30 seconds to a minute after your first raid is finished. So then a new raid will start and mobs will start spawning here as long as you stand down on that platform. But this is too high up because I built it too high by accident. I believe 26 blocks too high. So yeah, I seriously apologize about that guys. But anyways, that was the farm, and I hope you enjoyed it. This farm will give you so many resources, it's honestly crazy. All the tombstones of dying and emeralds and books you will ever need in your Minecraft life. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.